Anji, so today our topic is the complex numbers. What is the meaning of the complex number, and what is the meaning of the real number? In earlier classes, since nursery to 10th, you have studied the numbers, and they all were called the real numbers. So then, what is the meaning of complex number? The other name for the complex number is our imaginary number. The other name for the complex number is the imaginary number. I give you example. In the class 10th, what you had done, you must have read one of the quadratic was x square plus x plus 1 equal to 0. This was a quadratic used to be given to you, and it was being asked whether root exists or not. And what you used to do, you used to find the d, and d was, discriminant was b square minus 4ac. That means b is your 1 ka square minus 4, 1, 1. That give you minus 3, less than 0. And d comes to be minus 3 or negative 1, and you used to say, what you used to say? The roots are not possible. The roots are not possible. Now, we will never say the roots of any of the quadratic is not possible. Even if the discriminant comes to be negative, we will say root exists, but not real. We'll say the root doesn't exist real. And then what type of roots exist? And they will call it imaginary roots, or a root exists in the set of complex numbers. Imaginary numbers or complex numbers are the same thing, isn't it? Now, how to find what is the meaning, and what you can say, how it is there that the complex number is there. The basic complex number, suppose we have got x square plus 1 is equal to 0. Then the quadratic gets this one. Or x we get, what is there? Under root minus 1. Under root minus 1, or you can say we get plus minus under root minus 1. And ultimately I mean to say we are getting here the value minus 1 under root. One of this value is here. Under root minus 1, remember, you have never seen, or if the discriminant is minus 1 or in under root is not possible. Any negative sign have no under root, you have studied it. Because when we say 36 under root, we say it is a square of the 6. It is a square of the 6, and you used to give the answer to be 6. Okay. Yani, what is the square root of 36? We find that number whose square is 36. Again listen. What is the square root of 36? We go for a number whose square is 36, and that is the square root of 36. Now, is it possible that the square of any number is negative 1? Is it possible that the square of any number is negative? No. The square of any number is never negative. So then root doesn't exist. But what we mathematicians have done, they have given this under minus 1 to be a value, say small I type, and this is not I, it is read as iota. What is called? It is iota. It is being represented by the letter iota. It is a Greek letter iota. Okay. Now Greek letter iota means under root minus 1. Suppose I ask you now, what is the value? Find the value of minus root 36. When you have a concept of iota, you know what is iota is there. So what will you do? आप क्या करेंगे? Under root minus 36 can be written as minus 1 under root into root 36 under root, or 36 root means 6. Or under root minus 1 iota. So answer would be iota. Yani square root of under root minus 36 is 6 iota. So now in this class and in higher classes, you will never say the roots of the negative number doesn't exist. Of course, you have to give the answer in the complex form or imaginary form. Okay. So this is how So this is the, I think you must have understood what is the meaning of iota, and iota, what does it stand for. When we have come to know what is iota, so let us see how does it behaves. I have got iota is equal to, I told you it is -1. Now square it. If I square both sides, so we get iota square -1. Yani iota square is equal to -1. That means iota square is a real number, -1, you know it. Negative -1, it is a real number. Okay. I again square it. So then we get iota 4 is equal to +1. So fourth power of the iota give positive real 1 number. Okay. This is the one. So just see it. Iota under -1, iota square -1, iota 4, 1. Now somebody asks you, find the value of iota 19. I give you one of the value iota 19. So how will you find the value of iota 19? We know you can find with the help of iota square iota 4. Isn't it? Both are possible. In certain books, it is being found out with the help of 4 by dividing 4, or it is also can be found out by the square. So easy is by if you do by square. And what I do, if I divide power by 2, I get 2 9s are 18, remainder 1. Isn't it? I want to find the value of iota 19. And what I have done, I divided 19 by 2. And I got, what I have got, 2 9s are 18, remainder is 1. Yani that I mean to say, iota square can be written as to the power 9, 9 2s are 18, or 1 is a remainder, that is along with this iota. Isn't it? Now, iota 19 in terms of iota square to power 9 into iota 9 2s are 18 or plus 1 19. And you know bases are same, powers are added. We know the basic laws of indices or laws of exponents by, you know it, iota square 9 18 1 19. Okay. Now iota square is -1. So then simply you can write down -1 to power 9 into iota, or we know when negative number has got the odd power, it is again negative, minus iota is the answer. Minus iota is the answer, isn't it? So this is a way how to find the values of the iota. You will come across such questions, or many where you will be need to solve. Now this what I have told you, basically these three you should remember. You have to keep in the mind iota under root -1, iota square -1, iota 4 1. Now I ask you, find the value of, what is the, you have to find the value of, you can say -144 under root. Just find its value. Now what do you do? You simply -1 under root into 144 under root. So what is the answer for 144 under root 12? The answer would be 12 iota. The answer would be 12 iota. So 12 iota means square root of -144 is your 12 iota. So this is how we can find the values in terms of iota. I still give, you see, one or two values I find it more, and that is your, you can say iota, iota 7. What is the value of the iota 7? For finding the value of the iota 7, again it can be written as iota square power 3 into iota. Just divide 7 by 2, 2 3s are 6, remainder 1. Okay. So that is iota square power 3 and into one of the iotas being left. So that is now -1 to power 3 iota. So that gives you what is the equal to iota 7 is equal to -1 cube means odd power, gives a -1 minus iota is the again answer for iota 7. So this is how to find the Now you see, from the iota we now jump to the proper complex numbers. Complex number is your, yani it is, they are represented by, complex number is always represented by Z, and set of complex number is represented by C, capital C. That is a set of complex number. You must have a little bit idea about the sets. Sets are represented by the capital letters. You can say A, B, C, F, E, etc. Now the set of complex number is generally represented by capital C, and individual complex number is represented by Z, or it is of the form x plus iota y is the general form of the complex number, or it can be a plus iota b, same thing. And where, listen, x and y are real numbers, and y ke saath, that is there, iota is there. Okay. Now what I am saying, z is equal to x plus iota y. Now this complex number, it is a complex number, imaginary number. It has got two parts. One is, this is your real or this is your imaginary part. Real and imaginary part. So x, this is our real part, or this is our imaginary part. So complex number has got two parts, real and imaginary. So how to write down? Suppose I give you one of the question is being there, z is equal to, you can say 9 plus 6 iota. Okay. Then what is the real part? In the exam, the question comes up, write down the real part of this complex number. So you will write down like this way, RE real of z is equal to 9. Isn't it? Listen again, attentive. Z is equal to 9 plus 6 iota. Complex number, a plus x plus iota y form, yeah, a plus iota b form. And now it is, the question is here, how to find the real and imaginary part. So you will write down REZ is equal to 9, and in case of imaginary, what you will write down, I am imaginary of Z is equal to 6. So RE of Z 9 and imaginary of the Z is equal to 6. And whenever it is being given, the real of Z is 9, imaginary of Z is 6, write down, any vice versa, reverse way, you are supposed to write down into a complex form. So what would you writing? Instead of taking the real, you will take it 9 and it is imaginary 6 iota, and that gives you a complex number, complete capital. Now after this one, after knowing the complex number, there is another conjugate of a complex number. What is the meaning of a conjugate of a complex number? Now I was telling you the conjugate of a complex number. So what is a conjugate of a complex number? It is represented by a bar on the Z and reverse sign of the imaginary part. If x plus iota y is a complex number, its conjugate will be x minus iota y. And again, if there is any complex number of the type x minus iota y, its conjugate would be, what would be its conjugate? X plus iota y. And this sign would be changing. This sign is the opposite sign. When it is being there, we say that they are common. Now listen, it is very clear much property. If we add up z and z bar, if I add up a complex number to its conjugate, so what you get? They get cancelled and you get a real number. We get a real number. Again, here also, if we add up these two, we get the real number. So any complex number plus its conjugate gives a real value, gives a real number, and the imaginary portion is being eliminated. After knowing the conjugate, now I will tell you what is the equality of the two complex numbers. Equality of the two complex numbers. Suppose one of the complex number is x plus iota y, and the another is your 18 plus 27 iota, and it is being given this z1 and z2 are equal. Suppose you are given z1 and z2, two complex numbers are equal, find the value of x and y. So then what we do? X plus iota y is equal to 18 plus 27 iota. So equality means real part is equal to real and imaginary part is equal to imaginary. Remember, again listen, two complex number, imaginary numbers are equal. So equality of complex number means real part is equal to real, imaginary part is equal to imaginary part of the complex number. This is what they mean. That means x is equal to 18 and y is equal to 27. So now if from the equality of the two complex numbers, we can find the value of unknowns x and y, isn't it? So this is the meaning of the equality of the number. Now after knowing the equality of the complex number, let us do, I tell you, what is the modulus of a complex number? So modulus word, you must have heard what is the meaning of a modulus of a complex number. Modulus generally means magnitude of something. Magnitude of how much quantity is there. How much quantity? You have, since lower classes you are doing minus 27 and modulus of this one is 27. And a negative sign shows a direction. It is a negative direction. But its magnitude is, that is 20. That is, you can say, a kind of vector thing. Direction, negative, positive, etc. But magnitude, how much quantity is there? 27. How much quantity is there? 27. Same way, the complex number, the magnitude of a complex number. What is the magnitude of a complex number? Suppose we have got x plus iota y again. So magnitude of this would be equal to x square plus y square under the root. X square plus y square under the root, isn't it? So what is, we have come to know, what is the magnitude of a complex number, that is, you can say, or modulus of a complex number is x square plus y square under the root. Now after knowing the modulus, conjugate, equality, now let us go for the sum of and difference of a complex number. Sum and any addition and subtraction. You can say addition and subtraction of the complex number. What is the meaning of addition of complex numbers? If two complex numbers are being there and we have to add up those, so what would be the answer for that? You can say z1 is equal to 9 plus 6 iota and z2 is equal to what is called 3 and 5 iota. Somebody asks you, find z1 plus z2, add up these two complex numbers. So real will be added to real. Real would be added to the real, 12 plus 11 iota. So this is the how to add up two complex number. Again listen, if you have to add up the two complex numbers, what we do, z1 and z2, two complex numbers are there and we have to add up. So on addition means z1 plus z2, 9 real will be added to real, complex will be added to complex, imaginary will be added to imaginary. That means we get 12 plus 11 iota. Or in case I take up in the general form of this one, suppose I take the general form, z1 is equal to a plus iota b and z2 is iota d. So what is z1 plus z2? That would give you a plus c. That is the real part of the complex number, or imaginary part would be iota b plus d. Iota b plus. This will be, they will be added real to real, and this will be added. Okay, that is a plus c and b plus d. This is the addition of two complex numbers. How to add up the two given complex number? In case we are supposed to find the difference of the complex number. Now you are supposed to find the difference of the two complex number. So for finding the difference of two complex number, what will be doing? A plus iota b minus so and so that the sign changes here, a minus c, and here also b minus d, and this will be subtracted. Just as really you subtract numbers, this will be getting the negative sign and this too will get the negative sign. The a minus c, and for subtraction of the two complex numbers z1 minus z2, real will be subtracted from the real and imaginary would be subtracted from the imaginary. I give one of the example for this one. Suppose we have got one of the complex number is z1 27 plus 62 iota and our z2 is our 20 plus 30 iota, and we are supposed to find z1 minus z2. So 27 minus 27 and here 32 iota. So this is the what is called difference of the two complex numbers. Difference of the complex numbers. Okay. Now after this I tell you what is one of the multiplicative inverse of a complex number. What I am saying, multiplicative of a complex number, say z. What is the multiplicative? Suppose we have got z is equal to a plus iota b, then we have multiplicative inverse of z would be 1 upon a plus iota b. Multiplicative inverse of z, yani z a plus iota b, and its multiplicative inverse would be, that is, okay, and you can say if we multiply these two we get 1. Okay, now suppose multiplicative inverse of z we have to get, it is being given. So how to write down? We never write down iota in the denominator. We never leave the iota in the denominator. What are supposed to do? We have to, what you call it, with the opposite sign. When the आपके पास 1 by root 2 है, I say you multiply with root 2 and divide by root 2. And this process, what do you call it? We say rationalize it. Rationalize the denominator. And the denominator has been rationalized. Answer is root 2 by 2. Answer is under root 2 by 2. And then what this would be called? Not rationalization, but the realization of the denominator. Realization of, listen, here it is rationalization, or wahan there it is, that is what you call complex number. And with the opposite sign in the denominator, what you obtain? Just see what you would obtain if we multiply and divide with the opposite sign of the denominator. We will having a minus iota b, or in the denominator a plus b, a minus b give you a square minus iota square b square. Or right in the beginning we had done, what is the meaning of iota square? Minus 1. So minus minus plus, it gives you a square plus b square. So now the denominator has been realized. Realized means real number. It has been converted to real number. Denominator has been converted to real number by this process. Or secondly, now this is again how to write down this again complex number can be in the simplified form, can be written as, just look at this one, a upon a square b square, a upon a square b square, or then what we have, minus iota b upon a square plus b square. Just look at this one. After realizing a minus iota b, denominator we get a square plus b square. A square plus b square can be written as below the a, just as you combine the two numbers by taking the LCM, the same way they can be separated also, a upon a square plus b square minus iota, and this is the real part of this complex number, and that is the imaginary part of the complex number. So in this way, what we have done the we have able to find the multiplicative inverse of a complex number. The next I tell you